I may have just been lucky, but people in this airport are really nice.
请您尽快入座，以方便后面的旅客登机。谢谢。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Air China.
He already knew. He already knew.
Okay, hey guys, that's PCGmedia here. I'm Michael Cromwell. We're here with Justice.
Sup?
It's like, yeah, it's pretty late on the, well, my second night, your third night of GamesCom 2013 in Cologne. We're going to talk a little bit about what we've seen and what we've talked, who we've talked to, and what we've talked about, and the games we've seen. First, I'm going to mention Coolermaster, really cool. I mentioned my top fan broke on my PC when I was back in the UK, and the Coolermaster guy just threw this in the back of the van, drove it up from the Netherlands, which was pretty awesome. So, cheers for that, Coolermaster. We caught up with those guys today. That was.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
We're just gonna throw that over there.
So yeah, today we did a lot of Focus Home today. We spoke to Kalypso and Focus Home. So obviously, Focus Home is on the successful end of the spectrum.
We're playing Name the Focus Home game.
Warhammer.
That's right, yeah.
House MD.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
That's right.
NFL Blitz.
That's my favorite one.
Dragon Age 2.
Excellent, you got them all. 100 out of 100.
I love those fucking games.
It's a great game.
Kalypso is on the quieter front. Quieter.
Very safe word. Very safe word there.
Well, we got the. You'll see the interview. We talked to Mark. Retired. Yeah. So we were talking. You know what's coming up with Kalypso. Tropico 5 is basically.
Yeah,
you know,
they said they've been wanting to get back into the
yeah,
strategy.
so what are you guys doing? What are you doing? You know, what IPs have you got coming up? You know, Dark was a bit disappointing. Port Royale 3, you know, these things. What are you doing? You know, what other games have you got? You know, Tropico 5. We've got Tropico 5. Tropical 5.
We're gonna focus on our strategy games. Tropical 5.
So what other strategy games?
Tropico.
I think they're riding a bit too much on it. Right?
They are. They said that they were looking into rebooting some old famous franchises, but they wouldn't talk about them. So I don't know if they're actually. I don't think they exist.
Really?
Well, they didn't give us any hints whatsoever. Just Tropico 5.
Yeah.
So that's a shame, really, because we went there with the intention of really seeing if Kalypso had a way out of their negative streak.
It seemed like when you guys see the interview, it seems like they're trying to. They ride your questions pretty hard, like.
Yeah, I mean, they accepted that they've had some pretty poor releases in the last 2-3 years, but at the same time, yeah, they didn't see there wasn't much going forward with those guys. They're cool guys though. Nice to speak to them.
I just got so through. Why?
Survival tips for Germany. If it's red, it's sparkly. If it's blue, it's not.
Yeah.
Put it down. Down.
What are you hyped about from Gamescom, Michael?
The food.
The women.
The women. I haven't really got any games I'm that excited for yet. I haven't seen anything, too excited for.
Well, you're not excited for Tropico 5?
Yeah. It's just going to be another DLC pack for Tropico 4, isn't it, really?
Pretty much.
It'll be interesting to speak to Spiders, though, given that all the controversy around the voice acting that they changed because of you.
because of me alone.
Because you wouldn't let it go.
I mean, I wouldn't let it go. You played it, right?
Well, they cited our site, you know, and they gave me an interview about the quality of it and stuff. So I guess people really care about your opinion on voice acting.
Well,
especially the voice actor who commented.
I hope he's there.
It's not our fault. We had no resources.
He's gonna beat me up.
He really will.
How about AAA titles? What are you hyped for?
Are you kidding me? I've been hyped for a AAA title since like 2006.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, which sequel are you most excited for? How about the new Command and Conquer?
No.
How about the new Need for Speed?
I played it.
No, who cares?
How about Warface?
No.
Yeah, so we went to see Nordic Games as well. Had a look at Deadfall, which I'll be honest, it just looks like it's a run-of-the-mill first-person shooter with the Unreal 3 engine.
With puzzles, I think.
They're not puzzles, you know. They're not puzzles.
It's like
shoot this string in the air and the thing will fall down.
Yeah.
It's not a puzzle, man. He said that there are different types of puzzles, and then he said that within the puzzles there are puzzles, and it's like, so wait. What you're doing now is not a puzzle. Like dodging flames.
It's not a puzzle.
That's not a puzzle. That's a basic first-person mechanic in any game. So, Deadfall, it was a media presentation, and they're supposed to make it look amazing. But you know, the guy fucking died. I was like, oh, I didn't see that grenade. It was like, I forgot to put it in God mode on. It's like, oh.
Well, the thing is, like with Deadfall, on the poster it says it's the first-person Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I asked was, is there platforming? And then he's like, no. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, then what the fuck do you have?
Really, if you really want to know what it's like, it's like the old reboot of Wolfenstein. Not the latest one that's coming out, but the one before it. It looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
It's got that sort of thing going on with it.
So he said it was like, the genre, the Indiana Jones genre.
Yeah,
but
the
it was
Lost World.
So then why is there no fucking platforming then? Because it's like running from like boulders and shit.
Yeah, so I'm not convinced that Deadfall is going to be a great title. Well, we talked about the Raven. We won't talk about it too much. The Raven, the adventure game, the Raven, a great game. We reviewed it.
I got really excited.
Yeah, really nice use of the Unity engine. I've never seen a game look that good on the Unity engine. Really pretty game. What we can tell you is that in chapter 2 of the Raven, you'll play as the criminals causing all the mayhem from the first one. So that's kind of an exclusive there, I guess.
Yeah.
So you won't be playing as the main endearing balding guy with the heart medication.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
No,
I'm gonna buy it now. After the press release,
really
I was like,
good.
I'm gonna get the first.
Not after
part.
my review, but after that guy.
You have a review of it?
Yeah.
Like written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for paying attention.
No problem.
To that, I hope. He as far as a Titanfall release, Titan Quest. He would not specify, but he said it was high up on the list. So look for a sequel or something to do with Titan Quest from Nordic Games. It's going to happen. It was high up on their list, apparently. We didn't really ask about Darksiders because
It didn't seem like they were.
I don't think they fucking know what to do with it. It's not their genre.
Yeah.
You know, they said before they don't believe in making bad games, but I think that just means that they're not going to risk making a shit one. So. No, not much, not a huge amount coming from Nordic Games, but they, as they said, you know, they hadn't cleared all the legal stuff from the THQ acquisitions yet. So they don't really know what they're going to do.
Yeah, they
with
said much of their time is spent like shuffling through documents and looking at old prototypes.
Yeah. Time was well spent with Focus Home. That was great. You know, catching up with those guys, Walid Miled from Spiders, Bound by Flame, developers of Mars Warlogs. We got an interview with those guys. They've created a new RPG, 3 times bigger than Mars Warlogs, similar in style and taste and stuff like that. It's, you know, it's a Spiders game. Apparently they had learned from the bad English translations and direction in the first game.
Personally, though, the script that I saw today, it wasn't so great.
But he did hint that he was working with the people who helped them remake the start of Mars Warlogs. But when I asked him on that, he said he couldn't clarify.
Yeah, he said
he did say they were still working with people from Mars Warlogs, so I think he meant the scriptwriters they used.
And also the voice talent.
I know, because he said he wasn't happy with the voice talent Warlogs. He said he got the wrong guys for the job.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
So I don't think they were using the same voice actors. that would be suicide.
Regardless, the gameplay looks really fun.
It does. It looks like a fun RPG from those guys. It won't be a full price. It'll be more expensive than Warlogs probably, but it won't be a $60 game.
Yeah.
We spoke to Olga Reitsko from
Rishkov.
Yeah, Olga. It's always fun to talk to Olga. Yeah, we call her Olga because
because the
I'm on first name basis with Olga because I can't pronounce her surname.
That makes sense.
That's literally it. It's like, hi Olga. We're best friends because I can't pronounce her surname.
You'll see it in the interview probably.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, we talked about Sherlock Holmes looking great. They've added a feature where you judge a character by looking at his clothes and scruffiness of his hair, and like if he's got a nice jacket, how could he afford that? He must have stolen it. Blah blah blah.
We have gameplay footage.
We have gameplay footage. That I was worried they were going to casualize the game over Testament, but they really haven't. They've taken out sort of the puzzles, the Google puzzles, when you're like, oh well, maths, fuck maths. What is this? I want to play a game, and they replaced it with actual more immersive Sherlock Holmes.
It does the things that Arkham City tries to do.
It actually kind of does.
It's like a detective level that the Arkham City games should have had. They've kind of
given it that kind of overhaul, which it's a positive thing. Frogware's doing great things. I spoke to their CEO for a while. He's thinking about what are the games to make. Very positive about what he called the Indie Plus scene at the moment, which is like smaller publications, AAA games that you wouldn't necessarily associate with AAA publishers and developers. So that's called Indie Plus apparently. So Focus Holmes looking great. Final Exam. We've got an interview with him with Francois Potentier.
No gameplay though.
Yeah, we got an interview with Francois Potentier. I can't pronounce any of the Focus Home guys' name.
Yeah.
None of them. Literally none of them.
There's that Sam guy. Sam.
Yeah, but he's Canadian.
Okay.
So.
It doesn't matter. No, just kidding.
He's Canadian, so fuck him. Contrast is a game by indie developer. I don't remember their name.
Wait. Final Exam. Fucking get hyped for that shit.
I am hyped for Final Exam.
Yeah, get hyped for Final Exam because it's like you've seen so many brawlers.
Yeah,
and so many
it's a 4-player brawler that's good, and that means a lot. Really.
It's like a mini. Every stage is like a mini Metroidvania.
Yeah. It's got like a Metroid kind of start. I mean, the maps are huge. It's a cooperative game. Cooperative gameplay's there. The most important thing though is it's got really tactile combat, both shooting and slashing with knives and stuff, both done really well, and they mix really well together. Final Exam's a game we're really excited about. Actually, it's a brawler done right, and there's so many on Steam that are just crap.
Yeah.
So we are going to have more on that. We'll have a preview video out soon for it, and an interview with the Mighty Rocket developer about why they changed it from obscure to Final Exam, and then we're only been quiet about it.
Then hopefully Let's Play.
Yeah, hopefully a Let's Play. Moving on, Contrast, a great looking game by a developer. I can't remember the name.
It's like a really long word.
It's a really long word.
We have the card somewhere.
It's the developer.
It's really bad play on our part.
Well, it's just a blog. I have the card on me right now.
Yeah. Contrast was really good. It felt like a really classic platformer. It had the Crash Bandicoot feel.
Yeah.
But it was without the attacks. It's not really a fighting game.
Yeah, it was really classy and really stylized, but it didn't feel pretentious. He didn't feel pretentious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of indie, maybe a little bit hipster, but it was really classy, a classy deal. I mean, he pushed the whole, the female character was designed by a female thing too much.
Yeah. But
it's like I don't understand.
Well, she is dressed kind of risque,
Yeah, I know, but still, it's like it doesn't give it a sense of legitimacy just because it was designed by a female.
That's true.
I mean, it was a nicely designed character, but I don't really care if it's done by a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
It's like we got a woman to do this. Equal rights, man. Look at that, high five. It's like okay, but there's a team of 8 guys. Created it. It's a beautiful game, really good
animation.
Game.
Animator is a girl.
The animator is one animator, and
she's good.
She's great.
Yeah.
So those guys are doing good work. We can't wait for that. Focus Home's publishing that as well.
We had the Oculus Rift test.
Oh, we did. Yeah, Oculus Rift is fucking amazing. Oculus Rift is, if you're skeptical, you think you put it on and it's just a helmet and, you know, you can see the screen. It's not. It replaces your fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, it replaces your head.
Yeah, you have a sense of depth.
Yeah, there's a sense of depth. There's a sense of everything. You know, perception, everything. You know, I was playing
Hawking.
I looked to my right. You know, I've got my right weapon. I look to my left. I got my left weapon.
You look behind
you. See
your seat.
There's the cockpit. I look up and down. You see everything. Like, you know, you're going along this road. You look up to see if it's safe, and then you just jump. You know, jumping up, and my body felt like it was lifting with it. My head did not believe what's going on, and yeah, the screen resolution on it wasn't great, but because you had such freedom of looking around,
and the latency is.
There's no latency anymore. It's gone. It's a really amazing piece of kit, and it's really light as well. Surprisingly light.
And glasses can work. If you wear glasses, you just put them on top.
It doesn't feel super expensive, like, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It feels like a commercial product that would, you know, that would cost like 150 quid.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it would cost, but I mean, it doesn't feel like it would cost that much.
Yeah. It was really
yeah. After a while, like. But yeah, Oculus Rift was incredible. You managed to skip the queue for that.
Yeah, that was good.
Sorry, everyone in the queue.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry. Actually.
I took that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. That was awesome.
So we were hanging out the Bohemia booth, checking out Arma 3 with those guys, and I had the laptop with me in a bag, and I left that in a stereotypical like DayZ style rucksack.
Is the bag here, or did he?
I think it's.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, here it is. So here's the scavenger bag. Just something you would find in DayZ. So I left it in the Bohemia booth. This is a true story. And we were walking back past 4.2, you know, to the exit. And I was like, fuck, I've forgotten the laptop. You know, I've left it at Bohemia. So I ran back. And when I got there, I was like, the bag, great. You know, Dean Rocket Hall was sitting there right there. And he was just sitting there. He was like, oh, I wonder what was in it. I was about to scavenge through it in a minute. You know, have a look, see what was there. And I was like, shit. So Dean Rocket Hall, the creator of DayZ, is about to scavenge through my belongings. He was like, what's in it? I was just, you know, I was like, a laptop and 10,000 in cash. It's not a big deal. I was like, oh, right, you can take it then. I don't need it.
He said he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
10,000
But he was
in cash?
kidding, yeah. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, of course he was kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, people are really lining up to see that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really weird. People meet him. There's like this aura of fame, you know, and they swear loads around him. Like, I saw this guy, you know, when we were doing Arma 3, and he came up and he was like, oh, it's just fucking great to meet. Fucking, I love fucking what you're doing. It's fucking, it's fucking brilliant. I mean, to prove to you that I'm also a human, I'm swearing.
Yeah.
Fucking. This guy's just like, oh no, don't worry about it. That's awesome. I'm glad you're psyched for the game. Have some free stuff.
He's very grounded, I guess.
He's on Valium. He's on like some.
Why did he?
Because he's just like, oh yeah, no, I don't know. It might be, you know, a year late, but oh no, don't worry. We're just going through tests. You know, testing this, testing the multiplayer. It's shaping up all right. Yeah, it's fine. It's like if you got off the Valium, it would probably be out by now.
The DayZ interviews were actually completely fully booked. Like we couldn't.
I mean, they were, but I don't really feel the because there's news about it every day. I don't really feel the need to.
Every day.
It was nice to meet him.
Every day.
Am I doing it naturally?
You did it just
there's news around it every day. There's no need to talk to the guy. Give him a break.
We saw the new map. The Arma map is absolutely fucking huge. And really well detailed. This isn't like Takistan. This isn't like Chernigorsk, Chenerus. This is an island. You could go on holiday to this island.
Yeah, you got the Salt Lake. The Salt Lake is beautiful.
But
textures.
I mean, a lot of their design decisions, it was weird because we heard about the RPG-ish campaign. We're like, that sounds interesting. Right. I really like the Manhattan mission in Arma 2. You know, the potential for RPG style missions in between the combat ones is great for Arma. And they were like, oh, that was an example of a bad mission. We're not doing that. We're doing more flashpoint missions, more combat, blah blah blah. And it's like you got this whole huge immersive world. You could have a few missions dedicated to RPG, but they said that, you know, having their guys in Greece, for some reason they didn't go into it too much, but that meant that they scrapped the entire campaign and they restarted it.
I was really disappointed.
I was like I don't understand why it's like the guys that replaced them were bad or something. He wouldn't say, but he said that all of the work on the campaign that was done while the guys were in jail was scrapped when they came back, and he didn't say why.
And you know, we were talking about games development and how AAA games are no longer as exciting as the indie scene or the indie plus scene, as he put it, which was nice. Are you getting distracted by bugs?
Bugs are getting in our room.
Are you having an autism flare?
Wow.
Can I talk about this while there's a
moth?
moth?
Yeah, sure, go for it. That's a moth? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a moth.
Okay, all right.
Are you serious?
I'm just used to things killing.
It's just a moth.
Sorry, I'm used to things being super dangerous. You know, in the rainforests of the Philippines.
Okay. So we were talking to this CEO about Unreal technology.
I'm looking at the camera.
We were talking to a CEO about the Unreal technology, and what he said to us was that you know, people in the industry are starting to think, you know, what's the point in upgrading to Unreal 4 for the next gen consoles when, you know, things on Unreal 3 look better on PC than they would in Unreal 4 on the consoles. The consoles can't take advantage of Unreal 4 technology. So although things can look better, slightly better, there's no point licensing a new engine. You don't have to pretend you're not distracted by the moth.
What? You're distracted.
It's so beautiful.
No, it's not. I thought that bit of news when he said it was a bit depressing.
Yeah. So basically, the gist is the consoles aren't powerful enough to make use of Unreal 4 games. There's no need. Games, you know, on PC using Unreal 3 will look better than games on console using Unreal 4. And you know,
next gen, by the way. We're talking about PS4. And
he was talking about how journalists still seem to think that the consoles are 10 times more powerful than the previous consoles, and that they're more powerful than PCs, and they're really not. But what we need to understand is that doesn't really matter. Consoles are a different experience. You know, when you're sitting at your couch, you don't see the tiny details. You don't see the 1080p.
Yeah,
it's not about that.
But I mean, but they're the limit. They're the the business model is to follow the consoles and to be within their realm of technology. Yeah,
but they are within the realm of technology because it's x86 now, which makes porting backwards from PC so much easier. So really, the benchmark is PC.
Still.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, now.
Yeah,
I felt like last generation, the benchmark was consoles, and we were being held back.
Well, what they would do is they would make for the PS3, and then they would port up to the PC, and they would port down to the 360 by the end. That's something Square Enix would do.
Oh, okay.
Because they're assholes.
Okay. I remember last gen there have been some examples of people saying like, oh yeah, we want everyone to have the same experience. We don't want, I forgot which game that was in particular.
They all do that now. I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be the same experience across the board.
Yeah,
and it's like,
not better,
I don't want the
Xbox
same
not
experience. It's like saying, it's like making a movie and like saying it's great on a phone and it's great on IMAX. You're going to have the same experience on a mobile phone as you will on the IMAX in 3D.
Yeah, it's exactly
and it's like well, I don't want to have. I went to IMAX. I paid more money. I paid to see something spectacular.
That's the thing. Like in E3, we saw I think it was in E3 they revealed the Unreal 4 tech demo. And you're like, fuck yeah, but then wait, no one's gonna fucking use it because it's impractical. It's just, we're being.
But they will use
again.
it because AAA publishers have money, and they will spend money on stuff like that.
Will they?
If you have Unreal 4 slapped on the front of your box, people will buy the game, and do you know why that is?
Why?
Because people are morons.
Okay.
At the moment, PCs have the better graphics. But console games have the higher production values, and things like animations, things like that, are much better. That's like if you see like a game like Final Fantasy, every cutscene, everyone's moving, everyone's interacting, everyone's talking. You go on Dragon Age, and they're just sitting there like fucking wooden morons, with like an American ventriloquist, you know, mouthing away at a dwarf.
Yeah,
it's fucking stupid. You know, so they're putting budget into, instead of putting them into amazing graphics, they're putting into more like human stuff. So console games can look better than PC games, but just not technically, and it's that not technically part that PC elitists get annoyed about.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me wrong, we're a completely PC magazine, but I'm just saying, you know, sometimes console games can feel like a more complete experience.
Yeah, I can get
because
that.
You know,
like it's optimized for that platform and things like that.
It's a more cinematic experience.
Yeah, that's true.
And that means that the consoles will have longevity regardless of the graphics, because people put too much emphasis on graphics. Like, it never worked for any previous console. I mean, you know, the Atari 2600 was still, you know, way more popular than any of the subsequent Atari consoles because it had the better games. You know, the NES came out and finally took it over because it had good games. The Sega came out, You know, the next 16-bit gen, they took it over because they had great games, and there were other iterations of those consoles. 32X, oh, look at the graphics. Shit games, no one bought it. Sega CD, look at the graphics, no one bought it. Panasonic 3DO, no one fucking bought it. Too expensive, even though the graphics were amazing.
Dreamcast?
The Dreamcast did well. But
I thought it looked quite good, but for its time, I thought
it did.
it was,
only lasted a year.
I would say like
people care about games, not graphics.
Yeah, I know, but like if you know, to use the most out of your technology, you can add lateral things to your game. You widen up your scope. Witcher 3.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Metal
The consoles
Gear,
do need it. They needed more memory because you can't make a space exploration game on a PS3. You can't make an expansive world, and that's why Skyrim was a tiny game.
Yeah.
You know, people say it's a massive game. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Because it's all the same, I guess.
It's a fucking field with a couple of like pre-rendered caves.
Yeah, pre-rendered.
And an underground cave.
It's all like assets and assets and assets.
Yeah,
that's reused and reused.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing fucking there. I mean, you go and there's a book and you can read 6 pages of some fucking
Argonian, the lusty Argonian
that
maid.
he came up with like writing on the fucking toilet. Put that in the game. That's not depth.
I guess.
You know, you talk to these people, they're like, and you're like, mighty quest in your fucking head.
And there's like 6 voice actors.
Yeah, 6 voice actors doing the whole game. I took an arrow to the knee and now I can't, you know, go down on my wife. It's like, what the fuck? I heard that 700 fucking times.
Yeah.
You know, where are they putting their money?
Yeah.
In the wrong places.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, no, yeah, you're right.
So I'm not a huge fan of Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, the older ones were.
That's why I like The Witcher 2, you know, because it was like driven creatively, like it was more linear.
Yeah.
But they created a more realistic world and more realistic characters.
Yeah, there are areas that you just.
It was like I like to think, you know, when you play Sonic 2, and it has a background, scrolling background.
Yeah.
I like to think that Sonic 2 has more of an implied world than fucking Skyrim does. Like my imagination goes wild in Sonic 2, thinking about how people fucking live in this world, you know, little villages and
that. To me, that's like Dark Souls, like
yeah.
When people,
like Dark Souls.
Speaking of Dark Souls, I didn't see it today. I didn't see anything from Namco, nothing from Capcom.
Where were the Japanese?
Where were the Japanese? Yeah, I don't remember seeing, like, even in the business section, the Japanese pavilion.
The Japanese were not there.
The Square Enix was there, though, and Dead Rising 3, but that was as much Capcom
Square
as I
Enix
saw.
were not there with their Japanese team, though. They were there with their EU team.
Oh.
And, you know, Namco, Bandai, they could have been there with their EU team. Capcom could have been there with their American team. And
yeah.
Where were you, Japanese guys?
Yeah, I mean, Capcom released...
If you're Japanese, answer in the box.
Yeah. Capcom in Evo released information about Hayabusa.
Cool.
So they're remaking Hayabusa.
Wow.
And they released that in
What
Evo.
is Hayabusa?
No, fuck, not Hayabusa, you fucking cock. It's fucking Strider, my bad. Strider.
Oh, good, because I didn't know who he
I'm
was.
sorry, I've been...
Yeah,
fuck.
Who is Strider?
Strider, hear you? He's like, he has his cyborg dog.
What game is this?
It's Strider.
I've never heard of that game.
It's called Strider. It's a game called Strider. It's like Ninja Gaiden, the original side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, not
it's like that.
Not the new one.
No. No. Which I said I'd talk about, but I didn't get to. But
Ninja Gaiden has cel-shaded graphics.
Yeah, the new one, Yaiba.
It's cheap.
It plays like Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
It feels like Prince of Persia.
I think the Americans have finally got their wish. You know, it's too hard, I can't figure it out. My hands don't work on this controller and it's not nimble enough. I gotta hold my Pepsi. I'm trying to hold my Pepsi and my burger and I can't do the combos. Because I haven't got enough hands and my brain doesn't work properly. Okay.
One of the main abilities that this new Yaiba guy has,
offensive.
One of the main abilities that this Yaiba guy
I was
has,
only referring to 80% of Americans.
One of the main abilities that this Yaiba guy has is that he can like remove his hood. Like you saw the art, he has like this hood, right? This edgy hood. When he removes his hood, he actually takes off his shirt also, and then you
so
just
it's kind of like a homosexual kind of.
I guess so.
I guess that's.
You just rapidly press square, and he'll teleport.
And he ejaculates.
No, he automatically
onto
teleports.
Your face.
He automatically teleports at enemies and slashes them. So you don't even have to aim. You press square, and he'll immediately teleport and kill the next person. So when you see 40 people on the screen, you press circle, and then you just press square, and everyone is dead.
That's very different to the other one.
Yeah. It sounds a lot different.
What are you doing, crazy rape allegations, dude? What's his name again?
Was it Ninja Theory?
Ninja Theory. What's his name?
Is it Ninja Theory or
same
Ninja?
Guy, same guy as Dead or Alive.
That guy.
What is that guy's name?
That guy with the sunglasses.
And the hair.
Yeah.
Mana
we know
from,
you.
like, that Malice Mizer Japanese band.
Yeah.
That was him. It's just like all Mana from Malice Mizer.
Yeah. I think that's, you know, like you said, where are the Japanese people? Yeah. Where you say, where are the Japanese people in Gamescom? We were making up for that with all the Japanese jokes.
We can't do that here.
Okay, we won't. Okay. Gamescom. Peculiar. Cologne girls, very friendly.
Yeah, like, something we learned about Gamescom is that everyone working there hates video games.
Oh, that's right, we did learn that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious anyway, but, you know, you don't quite know to the extent that the staff have such disdain for everyone who's there.
Yeah, they act like you go like, where's the toilet? And they'll smile and go like, yeah.
It's right over there. But really they're thinking, oh my god, that giant smelly turd is gonna like wreck this place. I hate my life.
I hate everything.
So
but the
bad
money's
at
good. They said the money's so good.
Yeah, it's like €9-10 an hour.
That's pretty nice.
But it's long hours, man.
Yeah.
So here's my tip for today. If
What?
you're a guy and you want to take a picture with a nice hot hostess, you know, you want to show your friends how good your hover hand is, don't fucking do it. It's not normal.
Yeah, no one likes it.
It's
Actually,
not
they
normal.
don't like it either.
You don't go up to a girl in the street and you say, hey, you're attractive, let me have a photo with you so my family can think that I've touched a woman. You don't do that in real life, so don't do it at Gamescom. These women are just working there, you know. I'm not a feminist.
They deserve some.
But it seems so fucked up.
That's right. They deserve some respect. I mean, like one of the girls we met today. Yesterday.
You're about to say tomorrow.
Tomorrow. One of the girls
we met
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
One of the girls we met, she was very she was like talking to us about how weird people get and like
apparently, you know, when they opened the doors to Gamescom, everyone just ran fucking straight in like, yeah, like these big guys.
And then
they ran like 10 meters.
The quote was, they run like they've never run in their entire lives.
So she was
she said that like people would grab her ass just for no reason. That's so
like
sad.
the guy who added her on Facebook.
Oh right.
The guy who was like, oh, do you know why you can get beers in a bottle? Because I would like some beers in a bottle. And he came back like, where is the World of Warcraft exhibition?
And then the friend was like, no, don't say that. We've already used that excuse.
Don't say that. Wait, how do you use that excuse? And he was like, well, I would. You're really pretty. I want to take your phone and add you to Facebook. What's your name? And he just like, didn't he like just take her name?
Yeah, he took her phone.
He took her phone and he wrote her name in, added her on Facebook.
No, she got the tag. Like they used the tag to find her name on Facebook.
Added her on Facebook, you know, like, and it was like, look, I have added you on the Facebook now. You have to accept the invitation.
It was really bad.
It's really rude.
I think that was the most like that and Unreal 4.
Yeah.
Those are the two most disturbing things.
There's like
about
a dark
games.
layer.
Yeah, of like this like scary.
Yeah.
It is like Silent Hill.
It's like Silent Hill.
It's really bad.
It's actually like Dead Rising. A really passive Dead Rising, where the zombies have no self-respect.
Okay.
or like drive. They're like zombies without drive.
Oh right.
You know, zombies like brains. I need to eat brains. But these guys are like,
life. You know, whatever.
Let's just sit down.
Like I would talk to her on the street, but instead I'll go up the easy way and I'll ask her in Gamescom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that went somewhere. That went somewhere completely. But yeah, sexism's bad.
Sexism is no.
No.
Yeah, case sensitive. This case, give the girls some room. They're just working for money, kind of like prostitutes in that respect.
Wow, I don't even know if I want to put that in the edit.
I was just kidding.
Okay, all right.
Like well, they call it hostesses. You know, that's a legitimate thing.
And they're really nice.
They're really nice. Yeah, they're really apologetic.
Yeah, they're. Oh right, yeah. So
You gotta see some of that.
oh yeah, you'll see it. Actually, it's in there.
When the police,
I mean them.
when the police is stopping us, you just say buongiorno. I'm here in Germany. There is nobody.
Buongiorno.
There is nobody. In the back, you know, buongiorno, there is nobody in the back.
So let's what's happening right now? Who's in the
We
trunk?
can discuss about it this night, or we can just shut up.
Who's in the trunk?
Hey,
You gave it. What's he saying?
Really, it's embracing. I don't know. I would translate this. You would about him really bad.
Hey, you know.
Hey, nie krzycz.
Why?
Because I get a headache of you.
No.
Yeah, I'm getting a headache.
You know, she is born at the same day
That you're
as
born.
me,
Yeah, I know.
but 1 year later.
That was the first thing you sold me. The first thing you said.
I got the impression Xbox didn't really care about Gamescom. There was, I mean, they were there, you know, properly, officially for the first night. Then they flew back, but then there was just like an Xbox booth, and they put really odd games, as you said, like World of Tanks. It's a free-to-play game on PC. That's not going to show off the new hardware. Zoo Tycoon as well. It was like a cartoony kind of game. And the most interesting thing there was like Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, I think, in the Xbox 360.
But there was
section.
still a Square Enix area that was completely different.
There was. So the Xbox area wasn't great. I mean, I'm not even sure there was a PlayStation area.
There was a PlayStation area. Remember all those guys surrounded?
Oh no, I know. That was like, yeah. With their
Oh,
little like trilbies, like PS4 trilby, like a paper trilby.
Yeah.
Remember those guys?
And then they'd have the little community Vita communities just sitting around huddling together. The Nintendo place also had a similar one to that.
Yeah, with guys playing the Wii U. You know, we were forced to watch that because getting out of like Hall 9?
Yes.
Getting out of Hall 9 was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because everyone's crowded around watching.
Yeah,
Mario
we were herded like cattle.
Stuff. Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty strange. Like I don't know if you're gonna allow me to talk about this, but like the Nintendo, when you go to the Nintendo area, it's just 30-year-old men.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, it really is.
Why is that?
You're right. Because 30-year-old men remember Mario. And then, you know, they go Mario. And then they get bored of Mario because, you know, how can you be bored of something that simple?
The thing is, like, you know, you're watching the big Nintendo convention, and it's just 30-year-old men just watching like animals running and racing each other. Yeah,
it literally was that race. It's like, look, the zebra is almost as fast as the rhino.
Yeah, the rhino
at top speed, the rhino is slightly slower than the emo.
Did you not find that really weird?
Yeah,
because everyone watching, they weren't kids. They were literally like adults.
Like it was like a racing game for zoo wildlife.
Yeah.
In the vein of like the Olympics game.
Yeah, and it was like.
And they were like, rhino emo racing.
Everyone's like, yeah. That's,
this is
like
fascinating. I think this is a fascinating prospect.
This is like, wow, this is amazing.
This is really intriguing.
Next gen is now.
Next gen is now.
Gamescom's weird. Like, I as a consumer, I don't see the appeal. Like, why queue up for 3 hours to play Saints Row 4 when it's released now? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Why? We were talking to some guys, some hostesses, and they took videos of them coming out. You know, coming in. You know, as soon as they opened the door, people fucking ran like 28 days later.
And they're screaming,
and they ran to check in. Like they ran 30 meters for another hour wait to check in. It's like I don't
Not only that, they queued up like 1 a.m. the night before, and they also have those tents, right? Those tents. Like, why would you? Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Like Call of Duty? Like
what you got to understand about Gamescom is it's more of a trade show than E3. Like E3 is for consumers. It's like, check this fucking shit out, America. But Gamescom's like, we have some games. Would you like to see them? Yes, I'd like to see your games. Here's my card. Here's your card. Like it's a much more amicable experience. So for us at Gamescom, talking to developers properly, slowly, in the natural environment about games. You know, listening to them talk English and swear. You know, without all the PR stuff.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's really nice. But, you know, on the actual show floor itself, it's like, it's fucking insane. It's so crowded.
And then it smells bad.
It smells like shit. They try and make you eat sausages covered in red paste. You know, in the show floor. That's what food there is.
People are like, I remember there's like the giant XCOM booth, and I went to watch that. Was like, everyone was like, yeah, they'll line up for XCOM, and then when we watched it, nobody fucking gave a shit. And I was like, what the fuck? The guy has like cybernetic implants and all this like extra shit.
Bethesda game as well.
Yeah. And it was just like,
that was the game, and everyone was like,
that's right.
Should we clap?
Yeah, that's right. The Evil Within. It was, I think, the E3 trailer, but it was dubbed in German. The entire presentation was in German. It was a fucking nightmare. But like at the end of the presentation, they're like, the lady was like, and that's the Evil Within. I assume that's what she said in German. And then there were like 3 people. It's like there's like 30 people watching, and then like 3 people, probably less than 3, just went like. Like it was, there's that soft one at the end.
If we don't clap, do we not get our free shit?
Yeah, it's like, if we don't clap, does that mean we're bad people?
I want my t-shirt.
It's like you're obligated to clap. And I was like, the Evil Within just looked like it was just Resident Evil 5, really.
It didn't look as to the roots of Resident Evil as...
It wasn't... I mean, it had the Resident Evil 4-ness of the, like, you know, you're stuck in a house and there's zombies coming in. And it also had that Silent Hilliness.
That wasn't Resident Evil 4.
It was Resident Evil 4. You're stuck in the house and then you have to close the... In the village with the chainsaw guy.
That's 5.
No, that's 4, man.
Are you talking about in Africa?
Leon. No, Leon.
Okay.
Hiding in the village. Okay. And there's the guy, they're burning people in the middle of... Oh, that's what happened. You remember? So we've also gained this like weird affinity for kabuki theater.
Watching like the Asian guys do training has just been such an interesting. There's so.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of like Asian.
A lot of Korean guys. The Korean guys, they're very different to the American guys. The Korean booths are just like, this is a game, have some candy, where's your business card?
Yeah.
But the Americans are like, come in, sit down.
Yeah, the Korean girls.
We interviewed the executive producer of The Witcher. You're going to see that interview. If the guy seems shifty or annoyed, it's because we were meant to be with a guy called Peter something, he didn't have a second name. But he was busy.
Yeah.
So this woman grabbed the executive producer. She was like, "Can you talk to these guys for 5 minutes?" And I gave him my business card, and he was like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are these?
I gotta get my trade. What is this shit? I haven't got time for this fucking shit." And then we did the interview, and it went okay. You'll see the interview, but that guy did not want to be there for that interview.
Yeah, he did. He wanted.
So it was difficult to get new information on The Witcher. But what I can say is we saw the E3 presentation.
Fashion? What's the name of the monster?
Lechin.
Yeah.
We saw some E3 presentation. It is a brilliantly looking game. It's lovely. It's huge. It's massive. But you know, they were talking about, they always do that thing where it's like, it's a real breathing world and people have jobs. Yeah. And look at this woman chopping wood. And it's like, fucking genius. You can do scripting.
Yeah,
like, that's amazing. That's an amazing piece of code. You can make a woman cut a chicken's head for 1,500 hours.
But I did like the weather effects and stuff. Like that was
really nice. The stuff that we saw was amazing, but the stuff they pointed out...
Yeah, that's right.
The stuff they pointed out was like, oh, you can make your own choices. And it's like, yeah, it's a fucking RPG, man. It's in the title. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But, you know, when he sat down in the shadows and there was like a storm... And
everything he didn't talk about was amazing.
Yeah, everything implied about The Witcher 3 was incredible, but everything they focused on was you just expect it.
Yeah.
Combat looks a lot better. Graphically, it doesn't actually look as good as I thought it would. It kind of looks like The Witcher 2, but bigger and more open.
It's just an open world.
It's just an open world Witcher 2.
More foliage, a lot more foliage.
A lot more foliage, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad in games. It's probably the best. It's easily the best looking RPG out there. It's just, you know, at this stage, I kind of expected a little bit more, but you know, we're always expecting more.
Yeah, we're always expecting more.
We're always expecting more. We're always disappointed.
Lastly, Wargame was good.
Yeah, new Wargame. It's on the interview. I can't remember what it's called. Wargame. It's either Wargame Red Dawn or Red Dragon.
There's definitely a dragon.
Or like, because it's basically it's set in Asia. You're playing China, North Korea.
Not the Philippines.
Not the Philippines, because, you know, they don't have an army.
Yeah.
It's usually the American army, don't they?
I guess so.
All of your guys go to the American army.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's true.
No.
So, yeah. Wargames in Asia, and we got a long interview with Alexis, because I know that a lot of Wargame guys are going to be into that. There's a big crowd of you. You all hate me because you think I suck at the game, but I'm trying to bring content anyway, so you can kind of deal with it.
Because the game's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I don't play RTSs. I play that.
Over 1,000 units now, including naval units, which is awesome.
Yeah, I did see those. Those are good.
They're working on larger 10v10 maps, and it seems like destruction mode is going to take over conquest mode. Or was it the other way around?
Yeah.
It was the other way around.
The destruction mode is going to be the one.
Yeah,
that's gonna...
so more 10v10 maps for airland battle. It's going to focus more in the next game. And yeah, it's more polish, it's more balancing, more units, and everyone is going to get alpha if you own airland battle, and you're going to get a discount. It is going to move on from airland battle, and he did say that if you play airland battle, you're probably just going to want to play the new one. So you can see it as kind of throwaway games, but there's a lot of content, it's a lot of new stuff, it's a whole new area this time. So
yeah, it's not airland battle, it's land sea battle.
Airland sea battle, that's what it's called. Wargame airland sea battle.
Yeah, airland sea battle.
Well, that's not. I love the way he says missiles, mycells. If this guy has mycells to reach your guys, then his mycells will not be as long as your mycells.
That's true. He did say that.
And that's not racist, because he did actually say that.
Yeah. Is it not?
Is it racist?
I don't know. What is racism?
You're Asian. You should be able to tell me.
But what is racism really?
What is racism?
What is
gameplay?
What is gameplay?
But what is gameplay?
Yeah, but what is it really?
That's like the question for today.
I think that's what we've all been asking everybody.
It just is.
It just is. Gameplay is.
Gameplay is.
Yeah. And
that's the answer. So yeah, Gamescom is fun. Definitely, better if you're going as press. Skip the fucking queues. Eat better food.
Eat better food. Skip the queues.
Stay
away from the people. Jesus Christ.
I don't know if we can put that. You can't really say that.
Stay away from the
You're making us sound incredibly
smelly children. They're smelly children. There's legit.
You're calling the entire demographic of Gamescom.
Stay away from legitimately smelly people.
Okay, right. Disclaimer: there are legitimately smelly children because people. It's like a festival, so people go on the campsite.
Yeah,
they don't shower, sleep there, and then they sleep there, and then it's hard when you're doing a work.
Yeah,
and you have to queue up, and this guy's like, "Oh, I didn't have a shower because I don't care because Nintendo."
Yeah, but people are like that though.
Yeah, I know people are like that.
Oh no!
That's another Oh no!
Oh no! We revealed it.
Changed my perspective on life.
Yeah,
oh no!
Gamescom.
So yeah, Gamescom's brilliant. Great trade show. We've got a lot of interviews coming at you throughout the next few days. A lot of original content, audio interviews, video interviews. Yeah,
it's not much different from E3 if you've been.
There's really no point at any of these events trying to go the AAA route because their PR are just. They will just tell you everything good,
We'll talk about our own opinions on the games, but not really what the PR has already said because it's the same as E3.
You can read through most of the time.
Yeah,
we're quite good at getting PR to be quite cogent though.
I get.
We got Kalypso to admit their mistakes. We got Paradox to admit the mistakes of War of the Roses.
We got Past the Line in.
I didn't get Olga to accept my view of Mag Runner.
Okay.
She was like, well, I like.
Oh yeah,
so
right.
Fuck you.
That's right. She did.
Yeah, but the CEO of Fogwares was like, I don't regret it. It was 70% plus. It did not get bad reviews. And I was like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Olga was like, I liked it, you son of a bitch. But she's a marketing director.
Yes.
Making enemies, make friends. Yeah, it's good. We were a 2-man team.
Yeah,
really,
2-man team.
Getting these interviews together, and we died.
Yeah, we died. I'm gonna die today.
We're gonna die today. We're gonna die in a minute.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Keep tuned for all of those interviews. We'll try and list as many as we can in a description if we write one.
Yep.
But I have hand cancer.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what that means.
This is. I started to sound like Sylvester Stallone as well in my voice.
Bye, guys.
See you later.